Okay, recording started. This is similar to what we did yesterday. This particular sheet where it says 21% of 031, similar. The only difference, Nelson, do me a favor, erase those numbers, the blue, is that you're going to find the percentage of a decimal. That has a little twist. At the end, you're going to find a decimal of a decimal.
So, what page?
I think it's the last page. The one that says 21%. It's on the back. It might be in the back.
What the last page?
The second page.
Second paper, back page. 21% of. Now, it's something that we've done before. Except, ladies, except with the addition of decimal. Let's try like we did yesterday. It'll be the same. I'll do the first one. I'll ask you to do some of them. 21%. And Nelson, when you see percent, you think of what? 100. So it's 21 over 100. And we can't reduce. We can't reduce 21 over 100. Oh, what does that mean in Nelson? Times. Very good. And then we have 0.31. But we can't take a decimal and multiply it times the whole number like that. Let's make it a little bit easier.
Can only make the fraction to decimal.
Or we take the decimal into a fraction. What position is the last number in the decimal? It's tenths. Now remember, it's not ones. It's tenths, hundredths. So we could rewrite it and do this. 21 over 100 times. It's in the hundredths place. It's not going to be 31 over 100. It's going to be 1, 2, 0, 0, 3, 1. That's one way. Because you're dividing by 100. Now the other way, which is what you suggested, is much better. We change the fraction into a decimal. To change 21 over 100 times 0.31, that becomes 0.21 times.
Doesn't that mean the 31 doesn't have to be a decimal?
No, now they're both decimals. Now when you play it out, at the very end you have to remember how many decimals you have. So that's the multiplication problem. 0.21 times, I'm going to put it this way, 0.31. Add a 0 here if I want to. That's one way. If I do it this way,
Can you add the 0 before the decimal also?
you can put it here. Also, I'd put a 0 over here if you want. 0.31. So it's 0, 1, 2, 0, 0, 3, 6, 0, and 0, 0, 0, 0. Lots of zeros. If I go straight down, 0, 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 0, 0. How many decimals do I have?
4.
I have 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, let's do 4.
Isn't Isn't it only supposed to be 1 0 in
Yeah.
the top? You multiply both of them.
Say again?
Is it supposed to be only 1 0? Like 0.21?
If you put a 0 at the end, I multiplied using that 0. If I didn't put the 0, I would have less decimals. It would still come out the same. In this one, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which is 0.06510. Now, I added this extra 0. If I didn't add that, it would be 4 zeros, but it'd still come out the same. This last 0 wouldn't be there. So this would come out to 0.0651, but I would have 4 decimals instead of 5. And it'll still come out to 0.0651. And the only kind of trick for this one is counting the number of decimals. That's really the only trick. Keeping it the same would have been better, because you get lost between the 4 decimals and the 5 decimals. I'll give you a couple of seconds. Write down 69% of 9.1. We change the fractions. We change the percentage to a fraction.
So I can put the 0 in front of the 60.
In front of the 60.
I mean, in front of the decimal.
Yeah. But yeah, because it's actually 69 over 100. That's that one. That's this fraction, which I can't reduce. 69 over 100. The reason I put 100 on the bottom is that the last number is this one. There's 2 numbers, it's always 0. If it had been 3 numbers, it would be over 1,000. If it was 4 numbers, it would be over 10,000. So forth and so on. Of means multiplication. This is 9.1. That has a decimal. How do we change 0.69 to a decimal? We divide it. We can always just divide. When I'm dividing by 100, though, there's an easy step. 2 decimals, 2 decimals. So this becomes 0.69 times 9.1. Now to prove it, I'd prove it to you. You take the 69 and you divide it by 100. That's what this means. 69 over 100 means division. To do this, it doesn't go in here. It starts here. It goes in 6 times. 6 times 0, 0, 6. I'm left with 90. 0. Doesn't go into there. It goes into that 9 times. And it's even. So that's the reason. But we know that when you divide by 100, just move over the decimal by 2. And you'll do enough that you'll see right away. Now this is a simple multiplication problem. Well, it's not simple. The decimals throw it off a little bit. But I'm going to do it this way. I'm going to put the number, 9.1 times 0.69. Now, I'm not going to do the following. It's 9.1 times 0.69. Some of you are going to put 0.69 times 9.1. It's the same thing. What is 2 times 3? What is 3 times 2? So it comes out to the same answer no matter what the order is. So in this case, I'm going to put 9.1 on top times 0.69. If I wanted to, I could do it differently, but it still come out the same answer. So this one becomes 9. 9 times 6 is 54.
It's what you call it? 6,270.
Okay, hold on. This is 9. That's 81. And we got 6. I'll move it over once. And 54. Now add straight down.
I got
6,379.
1,
Yeah, that's it.
7,
No, it's
11. 6179 without the decimals. Now, how many decimals do we have?
3.
We got 3 decimals.
679. 600.
Yeah, I got 2.
If we did it right, 9, 81, 6, 54, 9, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Oh, it's 12. 12, 5, 6. 6, 2, 6, 2, 7, 4. And how many decimals did we say?
3.
3 decimals. So we move over 3 times, we go 6.274. Now the difference between these are just, it's decimals. And you can be thrown off by the decimals at the very end. But it's the same idea.
How is it?
Let me give you your homework for this
How
one.
is it 6,100?
Now look at the number that we got. 6.274. If you had not put the decimal, you would have got 6,274. How can that be 69% of 9.1? It's way over. So we know right away there's something missing. The decimal. 6 is less than 9.1. It's almost 9. So that makes that number make sense. If it had been like 5, 6, 7, if it had been 13, that's more than 9.1. So we know that that's a good number. And after a while, you'll be able to see some differences. Let me give you some homework for this. Four, 6, 8, and 10. Because this is just an extension of yesterday with decimals. Now it's going to get a little more difficult. 4, 6, 8, and 10. That's on your book, on your sheet. So just circle the sheet. 4, 6, 8, and 10. 4, 6, 8, and 10. Okay, this is where it gets hard. This is calculate the percentage based on what they give you. Up until now, Samuel, up until now, I've given you the percentage. 60%, 40% of whatever the number is. Calculate the given percentage of each value. For example, 10% of 50 is 5. Look at number 1. I don't know what the percentage is. The number is 60. I have a number, 38.4. What percentage is that of 60? Well, it's going to be less than 100%.
You said 60?
100% would be 60. It's going to be not more than 60. It's not going to be, if the bigger number was bigger than 60, then it was something over 100. How do we find the number that goes here? The number that goes here.
Alright.
We still do the same thing.
Oh, we doing a lot.
This is a percentage. Don't know what the percentage is. I'm going to put percentage for this one. N. I don't know what the number is.
Divide.
Okay? This is multiplied by 60. Whatever that number is, 38.4. You're close. Because this is a percentage, what do we think of?
100.
So it's going to be this number over 100 times 60 is equal to this number. And that's the thing you have to remember. They give you a number, but they don't give you a number, but they say it's a certain percentage. How do you find it? Well, whatever it's going to be, it's going to be percentage. So that number, we're going to put it over 100. That's a key step. Key step. I'm going to do one more after this, and I'm going to ask one of you to come up. So make sure you write this down. Someone who's paying attention a lot, for example. For this one, I'm going to multiply across and divide by 100, so I could write it like this. 60 times n. 60 times n. One second. Okay, 60n over 100 equals 38.4. You need to pay attention to this one because this is algebra. 60n over 100 equals 38.4. Now listen, a number next to a letter.
Wait. Can we just multiply until we find a number that equals? That's 60.
You could just keep trying numbers.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if it comes to a really large number or weird number, it doesn't work out. Okay, listen. This means multiplication. A number next to a letter, Marquise, face forward, write this down. A number next to a letter means multiplication. That divided by 100 means that divided by 100. To solve this n, to solve for this, I have to leave the n by itself. This is important. This is algebra. Pre-algebra, but it's beginning of algebra. Leave the letter by itself on the left and move everything else to the right. So to get rid of stuff on the left, we do the opposite of what we do. For example, I multiply by 60. What's the opposite of multiplication? So what I can do is, I can do this. I'm allowed to do this. But what I do to this side, I have to do the other side. That equals means I'm allowed to do that. Divide both sides by 60. The reason I can do that, I want that, is 60 over 60. The 60 goes away. But then I have to divide the other side by 100. So this becomes n, this is 38.4 divided by 60. And now I have n over 100. Notice there's more steps. A lot more steps. You're almost there. Focus. Before we do 38 over 4 divided by 60, on the left-hand side, we're dividing by 100. What's the opposite of dividing by 100? Multiplying by 100. I'm allowed to do that as long as I do it to the other side. So this side becomes 38.4 times 100 divided by 60. And that'll give me the percentage. Samuel, you need to write this down. Not this I just wrote down. Not what I just wrote down.
So we put 10 over 100.
What's wrong with this thing today? Come on. Hey, 1 second. Should talk to the computer how to fix this.
Yeah, you gotta give it a spanking. How do you do that?
Now, and that's my sister.
My dad can do that. My brother can do it too. No. Hey, look.
It's easy, just this, like this. I usually just go like hit it.
Oh.
Hey, write this down while we still can.
I want to see.
So this is n is equal to
Wait,
ah,
let's see, is that a W?
it's n is equal to 38.4 times 100
Why you put it with 60?
divided by 60. That's what n is. Notice the complexity of the problem. It's got more complicated. Before I gave you the percentage, I gave you a number. Find what number it is. What?
How is this a 6th grade worksheet?
How's what?
How is this a 6th grade worksheet?
How is this a?
6th grade worksheet.
This is actually 4th grade.
Whoa.
Cap.
It's what grade?
There's something you've seen in 4th or 5th.
Bro, I need to go to
This
public
kind of
school, bro.
this kind of review.
My classmates
Okay.
were slow. At least they was in
How do we do this? How do we do this? Do we do the multiplication or the division first?
Multiplication.
Yeah, do the top across first. To do that, it's 38.
So that's the formula?
Yeah, this is the final. It's 38.4 times 100. If I multiply that out, what do I get? You decided to do it by hand. That's just the top, by the way. 38.4 times 100. Write this down.
Oh, okay. That's 3.
38.4 divided times 100.
38,400. 38,400.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
38,400. Come on.
I told you to use 30.
So
Okay. 38,400.
40.4.
And that divided by 60.
5 by 60.
That will give you what the percentage is.
Yes.
Now you were, Jason, you were asking, can I just guess different numbers? For this one, no.
I tried it.
Yeah, you can sometimes guess if it's a simple one. But this long process, it's not hard. There's a lot of steps. The other one has a couple of steps and we're good. This one,
So it goes something like.
the same steps, but
It goes something like.
so what's 38,400 divided by 60?
It's not working.
Let's go do this. 38,400 times
I got
divided by
600.
60. What
I got
is it?
640.
You got 640.
Yes.
Yeah, 640.
This is 640, Jamira? Arteria?
640, yes.
Okay, it's 640.
Yeah.
So the percentage is 640.
640%.
Wow. Whoa!
That's somewhere. Okay, jump down to this one. Last one, we'll probably continue tomorrow. This is what percentage of 8 is 584, 5.84.
I just did.
It's a bit.
What was breathing so hard, bro?
Go ahead and work at Nelson.
That's what you.
That's how you know no sense no word.
I don't know. That's my whole family now.
At Nelson. Work, please.
Gasping for air. I fell asleep in class and you was he said he's gasping for air. That would have been gasping for air. We ain't wondering where you go.
Wait, what was it? Why you see like that, bro?
Hey, Nelson. Third time. Please write this down at work. Good one. Okay. N of 8 is equal to 5.84.
I got D.
I'm multiplying, gentlemen. So divide both sides by 8. That gets rid of the 8 on that side. N is equal to 5.84 divided by 8.
I say 73.00.
What is it?
73.00.
5.84 divided by 8. Somebody verify.
Hold on. Wait, 5.8 divided by 8?
5.84 divided by 8.
That's all you have to do?
For right now, we're still working through steps. I need 5.84 divided by 8.
73.
What is it?
It's 73.
73.
73.
I'll multiply it first. I'll multiply 5.84 times 100.
And then divide it.
73. Now, if I wanted to, for these sets, that's all you have to do.
Bro, that was it.
73%.
I thought it was
73%. Let me give you the assignment. 4, 6, 8, and 10.
4, 6, 8.
Use number 5 as an example of what the answer I want. The one we just did right now, use that as an example to do 4, 6, 8, and 10.
4, 6, 8. That's it.
Yeah.
We did that, huh?
Hey, get your snacks. Today's doing Friday.
What you did, dog?